The eagle's nest. Cool morning air sweeps across the land. Roosters call and morning breaks. Dawn is just a glimmer on the horizon. 5:15, my fingers twitch. I flex my toes, and light seeps into my eyes. Saturday, my favorite day, a day to rest my mind. Moving swift, I creep down the hall to see who is awake. No need for stealth or great finesse, I've done this many times. At 5:15, I know too well no resistance will come my way. Like a great Jedi master, I convince them that I'm okay. It's time for me to worship my idol, my ruler, the great and powerful TV. I'm ready now. Fill my mind. I'm not hungry. I'm not thirsty. Bathroom? I can hold it. Brush my teeth? You've got to be kidding me. 3 or 4 hours, the marathon has just begun. But wait, something's different. What is she doing here? Stop her, stop her. Oh, what is she doing? Oh my gosh, it's happened. Mayday, mayday, somebody, anybody save me. This is different. What's going on? I don't know. I'm not convinced. Mother, magician, sorcerer. What is the spell you have on me? I've never seen a remote control look like that before. No power button. How do you plug this thing in? Wait a minute. Are we working? Is this work? You can't fool me. I'm a 5-year-old. I have video games, Atari, Nintendo. I've got friends. Michelangelo, Leonardo, Donatello, and Raphael. Great artists, you say? Sure, I'll go for that. All trained in the martial arts by a rat named Master Splinter. Ouch! Did I say Splinter? Right. What are we doing? So this is what the backyard looks like. Has there always been a tree there? You say we're building an eagle's nest? She's dumber than I thought. Last I checked, there aren't many eagles that live in Hawaii, especially in mango trees. But hey, why not? She seems to be having fun. I seem to be having fun. I seem to be having fun? I am having fun. I love this stuff. Where can I get more of it? Please, give me more of this outdoor goodness. Yes, I want it. I need it. I need it. And she knew it. I'm not hungry, and I'm not thirsty. Bathroom? I can hold it. Brush my teeth? Well, maybe. Welcome to my first organic classroom. The Eagle's Nest. What is an organic classroom? We hear the word organic used all the time. And as a consumer, you can purchase organic at the top dollar. So when I'm shopping for education, where can I find the aisle that has organic classrooms on it? You see, many people profess today to teach organically, but unless we are rooted in the true nature of organic learning, how can we expect our students to grow and cultivate the knowledge we are expecting them to learn, and even more so apply? We need to recognize that we live in an unbalanced society. Are we in denial? Are we spending so much time in the clouds that we forget to focus on the ground our very feet are standing on? Have we become so globally connected that we forget to connect to the mere essence of our existence? I'm not suggesting that we eliminate technology. In fact, it is that very technology that allows us to innovate and share these ideas today. What I am suggesting is that we work towards creating a balance. And how do we get there? It starts with courage. The ability to disconnect from the instant G4 virtual world has created immense anxiety and phobia throughout the world. Many people have adopted the line lifeline in reference to their cell phone. How many of you ever did that? You called your cell phone your lifeline. Have you ever seen the panic on someone's face when they've lost their cell phone? Maybe this face has looked like you before. This face is not unique in today's society. 20 years ago, if someone were to make a face like this, your first response would be, you and you, please call 911.
We've got a problem here. But this can be remedied with the purchase of a new cell phone. Yet if someone is able to find that cell phone, tears of joy, celebration is as though they have been reunited with a long-lost child. The second strategy is to move your feet. Get out of the classroom. Redefine the learning environment. That word environment, it comes up a lot in education. I recently sat down with a group of kindergartners, and I asked them to define the word environment. This is what they had to say. What do you think of when I say the word environment?
Maybe the land. When I hear the word environment, I think of goats. When I hear the word environment, I think of earth. And when I hear the word of environment, I think of all the fish. When I hear the word environment, I think of saber-toothed tigers. When I hear the word environment, I think of animals. When I hear the word of environment, I think of nature.
When you hear the word environment, do you think of being inside the classroom?
No.
When you hear the word environment, do you think of being in the classroom and being with the teacher and sitting behind your desk?
No.
Why not? When you hear the word environment, do you think of coming to school and sitting in the classroom and doing homework?
No.
Why not?
Because that stuff is boring.
Okay, saber-toothed tigers. But when we hear the word environment, that word is general, and it's extremely relative. But I think it's interesting to note that when these students were prompted with this word, that their natural instincts pointed beyond the four walls of the classroom. What a wonderful thing it is to show a garden growing in a time-lapse video. In most cases, this is where learning stops. Now, move your feet. Redefine the learning environment by adding the environment. It's all about balance. When the awesome tool of technology is used in the classroom, at home, and then reinforced with real-time experiences, learning not only excels, but it becomes deeply rooted in their character. Let me leave you with one last thought. There is no better way to make a child happier than to put a dead fish head in their hands. In fact, I've brought a fish head for each of you following this conference. Are you happy? Okay. You're weird. 2 years ago, the vice principal, the Chinese language teacher, and myself, the director of music, decided to form a committee to create organic classrooms. And our VP, she created large in-ground traditional in-ground gardens. Our Chinese teacher started a livestock 4-H club with basically there's goats and chickens and basically any found, injured, borrowed, abandoned animal that the students bring in, dead or alive. And I started an aquaponics system. And for those of you who are not familiar with aquaponics is a water cycle system in where the fish nutrients feed the plants. The plants then filter the water for the fish, and both fish and plants are harvested for consumption. Since then, we've enjoyed the company and companionship of the animals. We have started a green table in where faculty, parents, staff, students can partake of fresh picked produce to be used at home. We had never harvested anything living. And what I mean by living is something with eyeballs. What we're raising in our aquaponics, the fish we're raising is called sun perch, better known as tilapia. Or I'd like to say the fish that can live practically anywhere, if you know this type of fish. And we've never harvested those fish yet. And the time had come that they needed to become a tasty meal. They were getting just a little too big. You remember strategy number 1, courage? Well, I cleaned many fish in my days, but I was not prepared to teach a young 8-year-old the great circle of life. Despite my reservations, courage would prevail. So, we caught the fish, we cleaned the fish, we cooked the fish, and we served it up to the headmaster of the school. He loved it. He loved it so much the students had no problem eating the other 2 fishes. Well, how does this connect? Well, I think the true question lies in its value. Is it worth it? Is it worth doing? One of the boys who was working with us, who's not the most keen on school, I think he summed it up best for us. At the goriest moment, blood everywhere, and guts dripping from his fingers, he looked up at me, the huge smile on his face, and he said, "Mr. Hirokawa, when I go to high school, I am so taking biology." Thank you. Good night.